Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful creamy broccoli and mushroom pasta, which also happens to be vegan. We're going to start off by making the sauce. We're going to do this in two stages. First we're going to cook the vegetables and then get on to the white sauce. I've got a large pan heating over some medium heat here. Into this I'm just going to pour in about a spoonful of olive oil. And I'm going to start by adding some sliced mushrooms. I'm just using your typical button or cup mushrooms here that I've cut into slightly thickish slices like you can see here. And we're going to saute this till the mushrooms develop some nice color. At this point it's important to have the mushrooms spread out on the pan in almost a single layer, not to overcrowd the pan. If the pan is overcrowded, the mushrooms tend to sweat and stew in their own juices and will not caramelize like we want them to. So if you've got a smaller pan or you're doing a bigger batch of mushrooms, it might be well worth your while to do this in a couple of batches. Now, like you can see, those mushrooms have developed a little bit of color over here. I'm going to take this off the pan now because I don't want them to cook down any further at this stage. Now to the same pan I'm going to add another splash of olive oil and I'm going to go in with some garlic. This is just fresh garlic that I've finely chopped up. I've got about 2 cloves of garlic, 2 really large cloves of garlic here, and immediately I'm going to go in with a little bit of some finely chopped green capsicum. Remember, the pan is fairly hot at this stage, so you'll need to work quickly. I'm now going to add a little bit of broccoli. This is just plain raw broccoli. I've just cut it down into slightly smaller pieces so that it cooks through faster. I like my broccoli on the slightly crunchy side, a little bit al dente, so I put it in at this stage. If you'd like to steam your broccoli first or cook it longer, you can by all means do that. After sauteing it for a few minutes, we're going to add in a little bit of salt to taste. Some red chili flakes. You can use as much or as little as you want and adjust the heat to your liking. And I'm going to add about 3/4 to 1 teaspoon of some mixed herbs. Give that a good stir. And don't forget to add a nice crack of black pepper as well. We're going to add our cooked mushrooms back into the pan at this stage and stir everything through. Now don't worry about little bits that may have stuck to the bottom of the pan. That is all going to be gorgeous flavor through your sauce. And set it aside. Take the pan off the heat. On to part 2. Now we're going to make the actual white sauce to use in our pasta. This is again a really simple process. I've shared this process in a couple of videos in the past, but today I'm going to show you a vegan version that's super easy to make. For this, I've got a pan on some medium heat again. You can use a saucepan if you'd like. I like using a pan with a slightly wider base. This way my sauce thickens faster. Into the pan I'm going to go in with about a spoonful of olive oil again. And I'm going to add a pat of butter. This will add beautiful flavor to the sauce. I'm using a plant-based version today. This one's Nutalex. You can use whatever variety or whatever brand you have locally available. I've gone in with about 2 knobs, I'd say about 2 tablespoons or so. It may seem like a lot, but I promise you this is going to make your sauce beautiful, luscious and creamy and add that little extra flavor as well. We're going to just wait for that butter to melt down now. And into the pan, I'm going to add in some all-purpose flour. I'm adding about 2 tablespoons here. Whisk that through that oil and butter mix. What we're doing here is creating a roux, which is going to be the base of our white sauce. I've got the pan on medium heat at this stage. We're just waiting for that flour to lose its rawness. You'll know it's cooked because it'll start developing a beautiful nutty sort of aroma. You're not looking for it to change color at all. You're just looking to get rid of that raw flavor. Now I'm using some organic soy milk today. I find that I get the best consistency of a white sauce with a soy milk. Once the flour develops that beautiful nutty aroma, you're going to add in your soy milk. I like to do this in a couple of stages. I'm going in with a little bit first, and you can see almost instantly everything starts thickening. I'm using a whisk at this stage to break down any lumps in that sauce. In all, I'm going to use about 2 cups of soy milk. And like you can see, with hardly any effort, all those lumps break down and that sauce starts thickening up beautifully. I don't really measure the liquid, I go by feel mostly, so I start off with about a cup to a cup and a half, and then I just keep adding a little more as I need to achieve the right consistency and quantity. But to give you a rough idea, I use about 2 cups, 2 to 2.5 cups of soy milk. Whisk everything well. You want to make sure you're getting all those floury bits and the saucy bits from the side of the pan. And you're just going to continue to let this cook through till it thickens, whisking it quite frequently. Once it has almost reached the desired consistency, you're going to season it with a little salt. Remember, you've already added some salt to the vegetables, so add salt accordingly. And like you can see, the sauce is coming along beautifully. At this point, it really depends on what kind of consistency you'd like to the sauce. I don't like to thicken it too much, because it's got to coat that pasta and the vegetables and not dry out completely. So I'm happy with that consistency, and I'm just going to take the white sauce off the heat. Back on the heat, I've got my pan of sauteed vegetables, and to this I'm going to add in the white sauce that we just made. At this point, you can also add some grated vegan cheese in there if you'd like, and at this point, taste your sauce and make sure everything is perfect. Once you're happy with it, add in some boiled pasta of your choice. You can use spaghetti, you can use penne, you can use whatever shape you fancy. I usually start boiling my pasta at about the same time I start cooking the vegetables, and everything is ready at about the same time. Toss your pasta through the sauce, and like you can see, it coats the vegetables and the pasta really beautifully. When you boil your pasta and you're draining your pasta, make sure you reserve about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of the water that the pasta was boiling in. What I've done is I've gone in and added about a couple of tablespoons of that pasta water. It'll make sure that your white sauce coats your pasta really well. We're going to give it a good toss. If you've gone in with a little extra water than you needed, like I have over here, simply just let it cook for a minute or so, and you'll find that that water gets absorbed. We're now ready to serve. And have a look at that pasta. To me, that is beautiful, that's creamy. You won't believe how much flavor is packed into that simple sauce. Just before serving, sprinkle over some vegan Parmesan. I've shared a recipe on how I make mine at home. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll leave a link right here, and I'll add a link in the description box below for you as well. Go ahead, whip up a batch. It takes just minutes, but it adds bags of flavor to any sauteed vegetables or pasta dish or anywhere else you would need to sprinkle a little Parmesan. And there you have it. You've got a stunning bowl of pasta ready. It's perfect for a weeknight meal or a weekend meal, or whenever you need a really nice warm bowl of pasta. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give this a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you really soon. Till then, take care. Bye.